Crowns are one of the rarest items in Genshin Impact. We get one every patch from the main event and a few from exploration rewards. We use them to level up the character talents to their maximum level, that is level 10 or 13 if you have the constellations. For some character, crowning a talent gives pretty good damage increase. But for others, nothing really changes, the damage barely improves. And the worst part is, once you use a crown, there is no going back, it's gone forever. I've been there and seen so many other players regret crowning the talents that they never really use while ignoring the ones that could have changed their entire gameplay. But today in this video we are going through every character, breaking down which talents are must crown, optional and a complete waste to crown the talents. Must crown is basically you must crown. Optional is great to have if you have more crowns lying around, you can use them, or level 9 is good enough. And waste is waste. Usually it is more beneficial to crown your main DPS and support characters that you use regularly or in Abyss. Do remember that there is no need to crown all the talents of a character just because you use them regularly. It completely depends on the character kit and their playstyle. If you rarely use a character or if the talent doesn't scale well, then bruh, there is no need to crown them. And if you are looking for a particular character, then feel free to jump into the elemental section by using the timestamps. And if you don't see a character in this list, then that means none of the talents of that character are worth crowning. You can just leave them at 7 or 8. If this video helps you at any point, then please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Alright then, let's get started with the Pyro Characters. So I will be using this table kind of structure to make it easier for you guys to understand. And these are the characters. This is the normal attack, skill, burst. Okay, so as you can see, I have already removed few characters like Amber, basically not that much useful to crown, so you can just skip them. I mean, don't crown them. Okay, as you know, Arlecchino is a main DPS character who scales off of normal attack and does pretty good damage on normal attack. So obviously Arlecchino's normal attack is a must crown, and since she is a DPS, I suggest to crown both skill and burst. Even though the damage output is not that great, but still it helps in one way or the other. Bennett, normal attack, complete waste, not needed. Skill is also waste, and yeah, burst is a must crown, guys. You know already how cracked is Bennett. Pretty much Pyro Archon. As for Dea, her normal attack is also kind of waste. She only works well with on burst. So, and yeah, because she's like a standard character and doesn't really provide that much scaling from the skill and burst, I'll just keep it as optional. You can crown skill and burst, but yeah, burst is a main priority. If you want us to do like front load damage, yeah, you can just get it to level 9 or 8. If you have crown, if you really want to, then yeah, you can crown her. Or yeah, a normal attack is no need. D-Luke being another standard character, he's kind of, you know, all-rounder in this. So he everything like normal, charge attack, everything, no skill, burst, everything is pretty much valuable. But compared to all, the skill and burst is pretty good. You can focus on them first. You can like crown, skill or burst. But I would say just leave it at 9 for all of these. And for Gaming, normal attack is waste. Obviously he's like plunging character, like main thing is from the skill. So yeah, you can crown the skill, but still it's optional. If you have Gaming C6, then yeah bro, you should easily crown the skill. And burst is also optional. He's one of the unique plunging characters that we have seen till now. So yeah, if you really like him, you can crown the skill also. But yeah, crown the skill if it's like C6 coming with level 13 skill, that would be like pretty good. And Hu Tao, you guys already know, normal attack is a must crown and burst is also must crown. Skill is kind of okay, you can crown or it is optional. So as I said, you can like pretty much crown all of your DPS characters unless they work like Raiden Shogun, who only scales, like her damage is only from the burst. And Klee is also kind of unique character. She like mostly work on the normal or charge attack playstyle. So yeah, everything is optional for her. But yeah, provides some decent damage, but the scaling is not that great to crown right now. She's kind of collector's unit right now. And yeah, Linny must crown normal attack. Yeah, pretty much his skill and burst is also pretty good. You can crown. I think you guys already noticed that for the DPS character pattern, it's pretty much same. You pretty much crown all the skills. As for Mavika, normal attack is not that great. I mean, pretty much no use at C0. Skill is also must crown, and burst is also must crown. She does like crazy millions damages in the burst. And Xiangling normal attack waste. You can crown Goba, but it's not that great. So it's optional. But yeah, you should definitely crown her burst. It like insane off-field damage. Yanfei is kind of unique character, but if you have C6 Yanfei and really like playing her, then yeah, we can pretty much crown everything. But level 9 is also fine. But yeah, if you have C6 Yanfei, then bro, it's pretty good. She gives shield, everything. So yeah. Yoimiya's normal attack must crown. Skill is optional. Burst is no use. You can crown the skill if you want to, or else just level 9 is also fine. But yeah, normal attack, you should definitely crown that. Yeah, let's move on to Hydro characters now. And yeah, one thing I observed is we have like so much DPS characters on both Pyro and Hydro. Like it's insane crazy DPS we have in both elemental section, bro. That's insane. So in here, Furina normal attack useless, bro. Don't even crown unless you have her like C6 Furina. And Furina's skill is also optional if you purely build her as like a support only for the burst bonus thing. Otherwise, I think it's best if you crown Furina's skill also, because those kind of small pets give some insane damage, so that's pretty good. And yeah, burst is also obviously you must crown that also gives pretty much damage bonus. Ayato normal attack is kind of waste. Skill, he does some like crazy shing damage, you must crown that. And burst is just hydro application, so that's optional, you can keep that at 9. Mona bro, not use NA or skill. Only the main thing is burst that you will use for new king showcase or something for like that. And Mulani normal attack waste. Skill is a must crown, and yeah, burst is also must crown. But in these two, skill is the first thing that you should crown, then you can crown the burst, or else you can let it be optional at like level 9. But yeah, that's also gives some pretty insane damage. And bro, for Newlet, I'd say just go and triple crown him if you have the crowns. I literally triple crowned him. Obviously, you must crown the normal attack, which is the like main priority for Newlet. For skill, it doesn't provide much damage, but yeah, it's optional. Burst is also pretty good. It's also like gives some nice damage. You can crown the burst after normal attack if you have, or else that is also optional. But yeah, crown Newlet normal attack, and then you can think about this if you really want to. And Nilu normal attack, nope. And yeah, you can crown Nilu's skill, but she only does on Bloom teams, so that can be optional. But yeah, if you really like Nilu, you can crown her. Burst is also pretty much optional in Nilu. Kokomi normal attack waste. Skill, this is kind of optional or must crown depending on your case. So the thing with healers is you don't really need to crown their abilities. They just heal, that's it, nothing much. So I'd say save your crown for other support characters like Shilonin. On that you can like crown the skill for more bonus. But for like pure healers, don't crown it, bro. Just put it level 9, that should be fine. Burst is also, I think, not much use. Sijuin again, same thing, healer. And child, you can do normal attack, but it's optional. You can just leave it at 9 or 10. 8 or 9. Yeah, pretty much child, everything is optional. First thing you have to crown the skill if you have the materials and everything. Then you can go to the burst and then normal attack. Xingqiu pretty much. For Xingqiu, if you don't have Yelan, then you can like crown the burst, or else if you have Yelan, use Yelan. Yelan is also pretty much same. You can crown the skill also, but it's optional. Xingqiu is also kind of waste if you have Yelan, but he also does some nice damage, so that is optional. But yeah, pretty much I'd say waste at this point in 2025. Okay, let's move on to Cryo Characters. So Ayaka, of course, normal attack must crown. Skill is optional, yeah, and burst is also must crown. For Ayaka, first crown her normal attack and then burst. Then if you have the crowns and really love Ayaka and want to crown, then yeah, you can crown the skill also. For Charlotte, normal attack skill no use. You can crown the burst, but it's still not that great. You can just leave it at level 8 or 9. Even level 9 is not good, I think. Not worth. You can just leave it at that. Changyun also same thing. Mainly burst, that's also optional. Citlali normal attack waste. Yeah, you can crown Citlali's skill. It gives some nice shield. And bro, burst gives some insane damage on like reverse melt or vape if you are doing that. Yeah, that's also optional. But yeah, since they are shielders and her buff is already there in the passive, I think, so no need to crown the burst. Diona, same thing, just shield. I don't think you need to crown anything other than the skill, but that's also completely optional. Just a shield, nothing much. For Eula, you have to crown the burst first and normal attack kind of if you want to, and skill also. It gives some nice mechanic too for other skills. Fulminate, you can do skill, but nothing else is worth crowning. And for Ganyu, normal attack is must crown. Skill is kind of waste. You can just leave it at level 8 or 9. But yeah, you can crown the burst. That's pretty good for off-field cryo application. Kaya burst is optional. I don't think skill and these things are any much use. Layla, same thing, only her shield skill is optional. A normal attack and burst is kind of waste. Chi-Ji also, if you want, you can triple crown her, but I don't recommend triple crowning. Her normal attack is waste. If you are building Chi-Chi as physical DPS, then yeah, sure. But other than that, nothing much worth crowning. For Rosaria, just the burst is a must crown. Not really must crown, I would say, just optional. And yeah, skill and these things are just level 8 is fine, bro. Don't waste the crowns on these, most of the 4 stars. And Shenhe, skill obviously you must crown if you are using cryo DPS characters like Ayaka. Burst is optional. Normal attack, bro, complete waste. For Ryo the Slay, normal attack, yes sir. And skill and burst are optional, they're like decent damage. But yeah, first do the normal attack, crown the normal attack, then crown burst, and then you can crown skill if you have the things. But this is kinda not, I'll just leave it that optional. First crown this and then burst and then skill if you have the extra crowning materials, And now moving on to the Electro Characters. Beidou, normal attack, waste. Skill is also waste. You can crown the burst, but it's still not recommended. You can just leave it at level 8 or 9. So I'm gonna just put optional. Chlorinde, skill is a must crown, bro. It like gives some nice buff. Normal attack and these things are optional. Since she's also a solid DPS character, I suggest if you can triple crown or else something. But yeah, skill is a must crown. Sino operates on the burst, so that's a must crown. Skill is kinda optional and normal attack is not that useful anyways. Fischl, skill is must crown, and burst and these things are kinda waste. You can do the burst at level 9 or 10, but still only skill is a good thing in Fischl. Catching, yep, normal attack. Skill is kind of waste, optional. And burst is also kind of okay. It also depends on which team you're playing. Like if you're playing on aggravate team or hyper bloom, anything, that also depends. For Sarah, you can do crown the skill, but it should be like level C6 Sarah, like that. Normal attack is complete waste. Burst is also dependent. If you have C6 Sarah, then you can do, or else just leave it at some basic level, bro. Raiden Shogun, crown is must. I mean, burst is must crown. Skill is kind of optional, not that great. But yeah, normal is complete waste. For Yamiko also, normal attack is complete waste, and skill, that's a must crown if you want to. And burst is kind of optional. It doesn't provide much thing. Skill gives nice off-field electro damage on us thing. Yeah, that's pretty good. And moving on to the Dendro characters, we have only few of them here because most of the other Dendro characters like Yao Yao, Kole, they're not that great to crown the things. But C6 Kole is pretty good. With a burst you can crown, but still it's not recommended because you have Nahida. So yeah. For Al-Haytham, skill is the first thing that you must crown. A normal attack is kinda okay. First crown the skill and then you can crown the burst. If you have the materials, then bro, crown normal attack also is pretty good DPS. For Baizu, same thing again, he's just a healer, nothing much. His shield is also not that good, bro. It's just like very basic shield. You can crown skill but optional. Burst is also you can crown but optional. If you wanna crown the skill, it gives some nice healing. Other than that, normal attack is just complete waste. For Emily, you must crown the burst, for the nice burgeon reactions. Skill is also kinda good, you can crown that. Normal attack is waste, obviously. For Kinish, normal attack is waste. You can crown the burst, skill, that's pretty good. And yeah, you can crown the burst also, that's also pretty nice damage. Nahida, both are must crown, skill and burst. Normal attack is kinda waste. Tignari, you can crown normal attack, but he's like not that damage output. Skill is kinda waste, bro. It just deviates the enemies from you, that's it. And burst is also good, you can crown or is optional. Okay, let's move on to Anemo characters. Chaska, skill must crown. She does some pretty good damage in the team. So crown the skill first, and you can crown the burst if you have the materials, or else just leave it at level 9. Normal attack, nope. Faruzan, bro, crown the burst. Oh yeah, if you have C6 Faruzan, then she's like must crown for Anemo DPS teams. That's pretty insane. Other than that, skill and normal attack is complete waste. For Jean, you can crown the burst, since again she is just healer and provides nothing much other than VV buff. So this is optional, and both skill and these things are kind of waste. For Kazuha, everything is kind of optional. Oh, you can crown the burst and leave the skill as level 9 or 10 if you want to. But his main support thing comes from the VV set and the elemental damage bonus, which is in the passive. So it doesn't really do much. So if you want to crown, you can crown the burst or just leave it at level 9. And skill is optional, completely optional. For Venti, you can crown the burst. Other than that, skill is also not that much gauge. Normal attack is like useless. For Wanderer, normal attack is must crown. Skill is also optional. Burst is also optional. He's like all full. He pretty much uses full kit in this playstyle. For Xianyun, burst is must crown. These things, skill and normal attack, is pretty much useless. You can try the skill, but it's just not much value for the team. Lanyan has pretty nice shield. You can crown the skill if you want to, but it's still not recommended. You just leave it at level 9 or 8. Burst on the normal attack is not that great to level up. Sucrose burst is pretty good if you want to level up if you don't have Kazuha or Venti. And skill is, you can leave it at level 9. It's not that like crazy thing. You can use the sacrificial fragments and use double skill. That's pretty good. Xiao burst is a must crown, and these things are optional. I suggest you crown everything in Xiao because he's also kind of, uses his entire kit to give damage. Yeah. Mizuki normal attack no use. Skill is good if you crown, or else it's kind of optional. Burst is also kind of optional, or it's like kind of waste, so I'll leave it that as optional. But yeah, if you have crowns, if you really like Mizuki, crown the skill, then you can come here for the burst. Okay, now the last thing, Geo Characters. Albedo kind of waste normal attack. Skill is also optional, bro. Burst is also optional. I don't know where these Geo Characters exist these days. Ito normal attack optional. Skill is also optional. But yeah, burst you must crown if you have Ito. His main gameplay or the damage load is from his burst. So yeah. For Chiori, you have to crown the skill for like off-field hitting thing. Those tomato pets. Normal attack waste. And burst is also kind of optional. You can leave it at level 8 or 9. That's fine. Goro, it's if you like running pure Geo team, you must crown the thing if you have like Goro C6. For now I'll just leave it the skill as optional. And burst is also kind of waste. You can crown the burst also. It is also optional, but for now I'll just leave it as waste. Navia, you must crown the skill. Burst is optional. It gives like nice damage, but yeah, it's kind of optional. Level 9 is also pretty good. Normal attack, it gives some Geo infusion. That is optional, or it's kind of waste if you don't use her that much. And for Noelle, you kind of have to crown everything if you have like C6 Noelle and want to take over the Geo team. For Shiroden, skill must crown. Burst is kind of waste, nothing much other than healing, but skill is must crown, bro. It gives like solid defense resistance something. And yeah, normal attack useless. Yunjin normal attack useless. Skill is also kind of useless to level up to 10 or 9. But first crown the burst if you have, or it is optional. Zhongli shield is the only thing. Other than that, burst is also optional. It's like only decent damage. Normal attack is complete waste of things, bro. Alright, that sums it up. If you really like a character and plan to triple crown them, then sure, you're free to do anything you want. It's a game after all, so make sure to have fun. That being said, if the video helped you at any point, then please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Bye. See you again. Good luck.